Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Tirza Sprigella.
And I'm Sheridan Hertig. Let's take a look at the news.
For the 7th consecutive year, Bradley University is voted as one of the top undergraduate game design programs in the world. Being ranked 9th this year still makes Bradley one of the highest-ranked schools in Illinois. Ethan Ham, Bradley's interactive media department chair, stated how proud he was of the program and the students' successes. Even Bradley's new one-year master's program in game design and development is ranked as one of the highest in the world and Illinois itself. We congratulate this department and all of their success.
This past week, 8 students from Peoria Public Schools received a full tuition scholarship to Bradley University as a part of the annual Hometown Scholarship Program. This program is designed to enhance the partnership between Bradley and Peoria Public Schools so students get to achieve their goals, all while still close to home. Bradley President Stephen Standiford, along with Kaboom, visited each school to present the students with their scholarship. It was a huge surprise to the students. We congratulate you students on this accomplishment, and we can't wait to see you around campus next year. Life after college may be a little scary when you don't know what's next. Bradley University's Black Alumni Alliance hosted a virtual event called Life After Bradley. The event is to ease students' minds while transitioning into adulthood. There were 4 panelists who are Bradley alumni. They shared their experience as a Bradley Brave and their process into their career. They also gave tips that can help students in any grade. According to the panelists and other alumni on the call, there are 2 big takeaways. Take advantage of LinkedIn and the Smith Career Center here on campus.
The Huser Art Gallery is welcoming in a new exhibition here on campus. Seen But Not Felt is the latest installation at the Huser Gallery and is a collection of fabrics, paper, and sculptures scattered throughout the gallery floor. Due to COVID precautions, the gallery is unavailable to view in person. However, a virtual tour of the installment is available to view at art.bradley.edu or on the Bradley University Gallery's Facebook page. Bradley has seen its fair share of changes and trying times during the last 365 days, but brighter days are ahead on the hilltop. For Bradley students, the Markin Family Recreation Center reopened at the start of the 2nd semester and brought with it a much-needed opportunity for exercise and release from the long grind of studying. This came at an especially good time for students with the subtraction of a spring break from the calendar. Markin supervisor Cameron Irwin gave us more on what to expect with the new regulations, as well as how Bradley students are adjusting.
COVID protocols look like basketball now can be 1 to 4 people at a hoop, and you can share a basketball each. Upstairs you can have your mask off when doing cardio work. Most people keep it on anyway, and it's not really a well-known rule, but the mask can be off in that sense.
Cameron would also go on to say that things are looking good for normal intramural softball and 4-on-4 football in the spring, as long as positivity rates remain down on campus.
This year, Bradley has had its fair share with the COVID-19 pandemic, but it has also had its fair share on the admissions here at Bradley. COVID-19 has delayed the traditional college application process, so rates have become a moving target for Bradley's college admission staff.
Spring 2020, COVID-19 hit worldwide, and while it hit many were able to adapt to the almost immediate change to everyday life, while others were not so fortunate. For college admission rates, that meant working to virtually adjust just as fast as the pandemic began. Mike Gavick, Director of Undergraduate Admission, says the pandemic definitely made things a lot harder.
Whenever we had to almost instantly figure everything out in a new capacity, it definitely made things a lot harder. We were in the midst of doing big on-campus programs. You may remember doing these where we'd bring hundreds of students and their families to campus and have them in the Coliseum or somewhere in a big space across campus and then do tours and meet with faculty. And that was just, the rug was pulled out from under us back a year ago.
While the road to admissions have been a difficult one, rates have been attainable, according to Bradley's Associate Director of Admission, Lindsay Lindberg.
We really didn't see a change in rates for the fall of 2020, which was awesome. Though there was so much uncertainty, and we just won't know until the end of summer, or actually until school starts, what our rates really will look at. But there's some areas where we're up and some areas where we're down.
While the pandemic has affected our admission process, the staff here at our admissions office have been able to maintain control. While there's been little to no difference in the rates within the past year since COVID began, we still should be prepared for whatever may come in the near future. As of now, we should still continue to practice safety measures on as well as off campus. Reporting for BUTV News, I'm Jada Ferguson.
The Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity is having their annual St. Baldrick's event this year on campus on April 16th, where they will be shaving their heads on the quad. St. Baldrick's is a charity group that raises money each year for pediatric cancer research. So far, this year, Pike has raised over $5,000 in donations. They will be having a Baldrick's Week promoting the event the week of April 12th, including events such as Pieing a Pike. Keep on the lookout for more information to follow in the coming weeks.
Up next, Hernan Gutierrez live from Markin Center with this week's weather forecast.
Followed by some entertainment news that may break your childhood heart. We'll see you after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to BUTV News. I'm Hernan Gutierrez reporting live from the Markin Recreation Center, where we'll be back later in the show for a special interview. But for now, let's get to the weather. It's March, and as of Friday, it's finally spring. So you know what that means? It's time to break out those Hawaiian shirts. It's been a great few days, but unfortunately here in Peoria, we have been seeing rain, and we should expect that going in. Taking a look now to our current temperature, our current conditions. It's cloudy. It's a result of the rain that we've been seeing these past few days, and we should expect that to continue into the rest of the week. While we should see this cloudiness continue into the night, we don't have to necessarily worry about rain until tomorrow early afternoon around 2. Taking a look now at our current temperatures, it is 52 degrees here in Peoria, well within our averages for this time of the year. We should expect that to continue throughout the rest of the week, and we if taking a look up north in Chicago, it's a few degrees warmer, 57 in the city, 55 in the northern suburbs. We should keep on seeing that well into the week. Heading down south near St. Louis, we are seeing some 70s. It is a little warmer there, and it's perfect temperature. Hopefully we'll see that soon. Taking a look now at our 5-day forecast, it is should expect 54 degrees with some showers later tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, 57 degrees on Friday, sun here and there, thunderstorms on Saturday at 68, almost a nice day, 57 degrees on Sunday, 64 degrees on Monday. Now with your entertainment news, here's Tori Fraser.
Unfortunately, Tori couldn't make it with us tonight, so I'll be giving you guys the entertainment news. So as we know, the entertainment industry has been busy and buzzing, so let's get right into it. After 23 years, heavyweight champion Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield have set a date to get back into the ring. May 29th, both fighters plan to meet face-to-face for the first time in years, which has the internet buzzing. Depending on how much you know about the boxing world, you might not know why this fight is what everybody's waiting for. Well, let me fill you in. In 1997, Tyson and Holyfield's original fight was cut short after Tyson bit off a piece of his opponent Holyfield's ear. After negotiations were worked out on both sides, an agreement was reached, so I can't wait who takes home the belt that night. In other news, we pretty much all know about rapper Bobby Shmurda's return home. Shmurda was sentenced to serve 7 years and was released earlier than expected this year. Although he is now out of jail, Shmurda still has to follow parole rules such as absolutely no drinking, using substances, an 8 p.m. curfew, along with not attending any bars until February 23rd of 2026. And lastly, many kids around the world, including myself, were hurt to hear about the news of one of the best toy stores in the world closing their doors for good. If you don't remember, a few years ago, Toys R Us closed its doors after declaring bankruptcy. But there is speculation that the store plans to return before the holiday season this year. After being taken over by new management, Yehuda Schmidman and WHP Global Company announced that they now own Toys R Us and its affiliates like Babies R Us and Joffrey the Giraffe, the infamous icon for the store. Hopefully stores are back open worldwide by the holiday season just to make the inner kid in me happy. After the break, a live interview with Assistant Director of Campus Athletics, Scott Wood, followed by sports with Larry Larson. So do not go anywhere.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
With COVID cases at Bradley declining, more and more opportunities are opening up for students on campus to get involved. Recently, some restrictions have been lifted in regards to recreational activities.
The resurgence of intramural sports here on campus has been an exciting way for students to blow off some steam and meet up with their friends again. Hernan Gutierrez is reporting live from the Markin Recreation Center with a special guest.
Yeah, guys, I'm here at the Markin Recreation Center. As I mentioned earlier in my weather report, I'll be conducting an interview with Assistant Director of Campus Recreation, Scott Wood. So, Scott, as we talked about before, I wanted to ask you about what kind of intramurals are offered here at Bradley?
We actually have about 25 different activities and sports throughout the course of a normal year. And that can fluctuate from year to year, but it ranges from the traditional basketball, flag football, volleyball, soccer activities to some non-traditional like pickleball, badminton activities as well. Right now, currently, we're in the process of doing indoor soccer and our fours volleyball. We're finishing up that. We have a deadline this Friday for fours flag football, which is new for us, and then outdoor softball, which is very exciting to be able to do because those are two very traditional sports, very popular sports here at Bradley.
So throughout the course of the pandemic, obviously that has affected a lot of the things that
sure.
Are your day-to-day operations. Mm-hmm. What did that mean, last semester coming into this semester, opening things back up?
I think it was just we had to be flexible. I think that was the big word, which I think a lot of people use a lot throughout this pandemic, is be flexible. And I think that was what we had to do, because traditionally I like to have my entire schedule done at the beginning of the academic year. I couldn't do that. And so when moving into the spring semester, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and then once we were told that everything was back to not normal, but opening up a little bit more, I had to kind of think on my feet. I was kind of told to do some things, change some things of what I was planning on doing, make it a little bit different, but it was fine. I mean, the big thing is I want students to play. I mean, that's what intramurals is all about. Have fun, get away from classes for a little bit, and de-stress. And luckily, we're seeing students enjoying that and being able to see a new, maybe a little normalcy with having intramurals back.
Definitely, and as someone who's participated in intramurals before, it's definitely a great way to get away from the classroom.
Absolutely.
But for someone who hasn't participated in intramurals and they're interested in getting involved with a team, do they have to come with the team individually, or can they join as an individual?
They can do both. It's harder to join as an individual. That's one thing that I know that with Bradley Intramurals we're trying to figure out how to do better. It's better to have a team because you know that, these are your friends. But if you don't have that group that wants to play flag football, that's fine. Tell me, just shoot me an email, say that I want to play, and I'll do my best to find a team, or at least introduce you to some team captains to see if they need an extra body.
Awesome. Well, thanks for speaking with us tonight. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
Sure.
Reporting live from the Markin Recreation Center, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for BUTV News.
Thank you so much, Hernan. Up next, we have this week's sports highlights with Larry Larson.
And stick around to see who this week's musical guest is. All this after the break.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back. I'm Larry Larson. It's time for sports. A memorable season for Bradley women's basketball is over as the team's first ever NCAA tournament run came to an end in the first round with an 81-62 loss to Texas on Monday night. Things started promising for the 11th seeded Braves as they jumped out to a 7-6 lead in the opening quarter. The time in the catbird seat didn't last long, though, as the Longhorns ripped off a 24-4 run, which gave them the lead for good. Texas star forward and future WNBA draft pick Charlie Collier did her fair share of damage, collecting a 23-point, 15-rebound double-double. However, it was Bradley's Laisha Petrie who led all scorers with a season-high 33-point performance, one of the highest scoring performances of the entire first round. Gabby Hawk contributed 16 points, but no other Brave scored more than 4 points. Bradley finishes the season with a record of 17-10, good for the program's third consecutive winning season. Now, just 2 games remain in the regular season for Bradley soccer, and competition in the Valley has heated up. Last Thursday, the Braves played host to 8th-ranked Missouri State and gave the Bears quite the battle. Let's take a look at the highlights. Bradley had to fight off a number of Mo State chances early, and they do so here thanks to some heads-up play by Jack Douglas and Garrett Wintermeyer. The Bears' attack proved to be steady as keeper Bryce Logan picked up one of his 8 saves here, and then Brock Pope breaks up a shot as well. Headed into the second half, we're still in a scoreless tie. Josh Dowling has a chance to change that, though, with an open look, but he sends it just wide. Chances were few and far between for Bradley as Garrett Wintermeyer sends one on goal, only for it to be vacuumed up by Michael Creek. We're headed to overtime, still in a scoreless draw, and so Kian Yari dances through the defense and sends a strike just over the reach of Bryce Logan for the golden goal, and Bradley comes out short 1-0. Bradley had his chance to bounce back on Monday night at Evansville and came out with a 1-1 draw. Rasmus Smitsland scored the Braves' lone goal in the closing stages of the second half to tie the game at 1, but neither side was able to capitalize in double overtime. Bradley enters the home stretch of the schedule with a 1-4-1 record, good for 4th place in the conference. It's set to be an exciting finish to the season for Bradley volleyball this weekend. After splitting 2 matches with Missouri State last weekend, the Braves find themselves in 3rd place in the MVC standings, trailing Illinois State and Drake. The Braves swept Sunday's match in 3 sets, led by 14 kills from Hannah Thompson. The Bears turned the tables on Monday, however, taking the match 3-1. Thompson turned in a 14-kill, 15-dig double-double, but Bradley couldn't come back from a 2-set deficit. The Braves will square off with 6th place Northern Iowa at Renaissance Coliseum on Saturday and Sunday, with a chance to overtake one of the top 2 positions in the conference. Following the weekend, the squad will participate in the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament starting on April 1st in Normal. And Bradley softball opened up its MVC schedule with a series win over Valparaiso this past weekend, dominating Saturday's doubleheader with 5-3 and 16-1 victories before dropping Sunday's finale 4-0. The 16-run effort in Game 2 of the doubleheader ties the program record for most runs scored in a Valley game. The victory was highlighted by a 10-run second inning and a 2-run homer by Thais Thompson in the 3rd. This weekend, Bradley will travel to Carbondale to take on Southern Illinois in a 3-game series. Coming up, a look at some events happening here on campus, followed by a musical performance from one of our very own BUTV crew members. All this after the break.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi. Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future.
I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls. Oh, yeah?
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
And now, a look at some events coming up here on campus. Voices of Bradley is running for Student Senate, and elections are still open through tonight. Voices of Bradley is running on a platform of mental health awareness and great expectations for the student body. All students should have received an email in regards to elections, but you can check out their Instagram at Voices of Bradley to follow along and learn more about the candidates. Tomorrow, March 25th, the International Students Association is hosting a roundtable to learn about differences in the cultures on campus. The meeting will be held in the Garrett Center at 7 p.m., and yes, it will be in person. So if you're interested in learning about all the different cultures we have to offer here at Bradley, feel free to join and make sure you have some questions prepared. Bradley Theater presents its first ever online production on Good Kids, a play about a high school party gone very wrong in a small Ohio town. The production will be live streamed tonight through Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. on the Bradley website, where students can watch for free. It will then be put on demand on your very own TVs starting March 31st. One of our very own crew members here at BUTV is starring in this show, so we wish her and all the rest of the theater department the best of luck.
Well, that's all we've got for you tonight on BUTV News. From all of us here, I am Terza Sprigella.
And I'm Sheridan Hertig. We leave you tonight with a musical performance from our very own Holden Kellogg. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Two scientists are racing for the good of all mankind, both of them side by side, so determined, locked in heated battle for the cure that is the prize. But it's so dangerous, but they're determined.